Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is just a quick video, just a warning to others who use eBay. Basically, I tried to log into eBay this morning and I've been locked out by eBay themselves on the grounds that my selling account has been compromised, using their words. What's actually happened, because there was quite a rigmarole to get back in, which is great. You know, the security involved was very good, well pleased, but what had actually happened is somebody had set up rogue items on my selling account and then opened a dispute with eBay to say they'd never received the goods. Well, they must be half-wits, based on the fact that the item was put up for sale and sold on the same day, and the dispute was opened on the same day. How dull can you get? eBay spotted it, and basically, but what's actually happened in the real world is that eBay have refunded them. Yeah? You know, they always go on the side of the buyer, and the buyer says they never received the goods, so they've done refunds. So that person's got money into their account by using my selling account. Now, it's cost me nothing. You know, I never had the goods, and certainly they weren't going to get a refund out of me, and, you know, eBay have sorted it all out. But I'd love to find one of these people and, you know, have a 5-minute play with them. I really would. Maybe one day. I have certain skills. Anyway, it's going to look a bit barren in here. Oh, doesn't the sound change when I walk in? It's going to look a bit barren for a while. The New Forest show is next week, and they've brought forward the time to take the plants because of a set of circumstances means they're setting up today now, and it's become a real big deal to get my plants there, and the easiest way to get them there, quite honestly, is for me to just pack them up and take them myself, and then I can help set up the stand, you know, and get in everybody's way and annoy them. So I'm looking forward to that. No, you don't want to put that there. That needs to go over there. Look, who's on the show committee, me or you? I can see it all coming. I'll have great fun with this because I know it's quite a tense time setting up a display. But yes, I am not part of the show committee. But things that are going to go, I was going to take Miltonia Sunset, but that spike's nearly gone, and I can see a couple of little bugs on those spikes, on those blooms. Now, I don't know, when you spray a plant with a systemic insecticide, I don't know whether it ever gets to the blooms and whether they're doomed or not. But I did have some aphids on Sherry Baby, which I dealt with. With Sherry Baby, basically the spike is on its way out. Now, you shouldn't spray chemicals onto blooms. You know, it could kill them, it could stain them. You know, it's just not a good idea, quite honestly. But if that's where the bugs are, you've got to deal with it, basically. And as the spike was on its way out, I sprayed the blooms. So I know I've dealt with those. I mean, it's not only systemic, it's a contact killer. And aphids are the easiest things in the world to kill. They're so flimsy and fragile. So those are gone. But I have seen the odd one. And I've just seen a couple and a big fat mealybug on the back of one of those Miltonia Sunset blooms. On the oldest one that's about to go anyway, you can see it's fading round the base. Yeah, but the new spike's opening, and the difference in the colour is obvious now. You know, wishy-washy yellow, nice bright yellow. But I'm not going to take that on the grounds it has got a few bugs. The Miltoniopsis can go. I hope it lasts, but it's got... No, actually, I'm not sure now. One bloom's already dropped. That one looks like it's starting to fade, and that would only leave two. Oh well, it's up to... I'll take it. If they don't want it, I'll bring it back again. So the Miltoniopsis can go. Shelob Tolkien can definitely go. I mean, I think these two spikes are still going to last for a week. It's got another spike coming on behind. I doubt if that'll open this week, but it might. Bearing in mind the show opens on the Tuesday. And it's Saturday today. There's no point in taking that. That's been open a while, and given the previous bloom, that won't last till the Thursday, so there's no point in taking that. I think I'm going to pop the white Phalaenopsis in, although these blooms are starting to get marks on them. I don't know how long they're going to last. So I haven't got much. There's not a lot this time of year. This Phalaenopsis can definitely go in, and the mini Phalaenopsis can definitely go in. So those two, I'm not going to bother taking that. It's only got 3 blooms out, and there's a lot of plant for 3 blooms, although that one's going to open in the next day or two. But this one will last well, and that's quite a nice spike, so I'll take that one along. I'm going to take this one. The last bloom of those 3 opened not long after I got this, and I haven't had it long. Now, if those blooms start to fade, they'll have to deal with it as part of the display, but I'll take that one along. So I haven't actually got that much. I know it sort of looks like there's a lot in bloom. I could take this one, but in a display, this plant will be a pain, because the plant goes off in all directions and takes up, you know, a sort of a circle a foot across for what is in effect 3 blooms. You know, so although I think that's smashing, it's not that good for a display. Also, it's an arching stem that will not bend. If you try and straighten that up, it'll snap. So it's staying where it is. So I'll take a few plants. The big Vanda can go, because the old spike's been taken off now, and those blooms have only just opened. One is only just opening. So I'll take that one along. So that's what I've got to do today. I've got to pack the stuff up in a box and head off to Brockenhurst with my pass to get in round the back, you know, so I don't have to pay or anything like that. And have a bit of fun this afternoon setting up the display. And yeah, that will leave the bloom factor a bit thin on the ground. But you know, that's part of being a society. If you've got things in bloom, you help support the displays. You know, it's a non-competitive display in the orchid world. I mean, we did get what's called the big gold last year, which is like 1 above gold. You know, why they couldn't have platinum or something, I don't know, but it's called a big gold. Well, we did get that last year, and we were surprised we got it. So whether we can get that or just the ordinary gold or whatever comes below that, silver I expect, we'll wait and see. But they don't sort of count it as high prestige awards because it's a non-orchid world. You know, we're in the floral tent. We're the only orchid society there. We're the only orchids in the place, in the whole sort of country show. I don't even know if it might even be the county show, but you know, it's a huge show. It's absolutely massive, but it's got nothing to do with the orchid world. So anyway, a warning about eBay. eBay have sorted this for me in its entirety. I had 17 messages, you know, basically in sets. We believe your selling account has been compromised. You know, we have cancelled all this, that and the other, and we've locked you out of your account and you will need your security to get back in, which is a quite funny email really, because I would have had to have already done that to be reading the message, wouldn't I? But anyway, you know, if you do use eBay, just keep your eye on your account. I mean, this happened to me once before. You know, somebody set up 100 items for sale, of which one had already been sold. Well, I'd never heard of the item for a start, and you know, they were demanding their money back because they hadn't received their goods, and they were expecting me to refund money, you know, that they'd paid me. So I inquired to that individual as to where they paid the money, you know, and it all went quiet. So it was obviously a hoax, and again, eBay sorted that out for me, so it didn't cost me anything. But, you know, watch your things like your PayPal accounts, you know, have a look now and again, make sure nothing's untoward, because if you do get problems, and these people do exist, you know, they're making a living out of poor security, people who don't change their passwords very often, people who are silly enough to click on a link in their email account. If you see an email in your email account that has a link to eBay asking you to change your password, don't do it. Log into eBay direct if you want to change your password. Don't use email links. That's the hacker's way in. They intercept the relationship between that link. So when you go to log into eBay, they've got your sign-on and password. And at that point, they can log in, pretending to be you, and then they've got access to your account. They've got your bank account details, they've got your full name, they've got your address, they've got you. Don't use email links. It's like if I want to log into PayPal, you know, I type in paypal.co.uk. You can't hack that. It's not possible. And that gets me onto proper PayPal's webpage, and I use their login. Don't use email links. They're the easiest way to get into things that I can imagine. I mean, Danny's other thing, I forget what it's called now, but her, you know, her place where you can send photos and everything like that. There's a few problems in there, because every now and again I'll get an email that's come from that account, so it's somebody who's, you know, joined in with Danny's bit, and I get an email full of gobbledygook. It's not actually a message. Well, it's a form of hack. Basically, that's flooding email things for businesses, which grinds their business to a halt. But you know, so it's not a damaging hack, apart from the fact that it clutters up servers and grinds everything to a halt. So it's not funny, but it doesn't really do any serious damage. And decent server security shouldn't have let that in the first place. Anyway, that's just a quick one. So I'll be out all day today. I'm not sure what I'll be doing tomorrow. I've got a few videos like in the pipeline. So I've got some things to load without filming other than this. So I'll leave this one at that. So I've got quite a busy day now because, as I say, I've got to get the plants ready, box them up, and set off to Brockenhurst and have fun with the crew. So see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, and I forgot to say, on the eBay subject, that charger that I bought that was completely wrong, and I just sort of, in my mind, I just wrote the value off as not worth the hassle of dealing with it. So I just left negative feedback, you know, wrong stuff, doesn't fit. The guy contacted me straight away and actually said, could I send him a photo? So I actually did a quick cut out of the video I made, which showed the battery next to the charger. You know, I just took a still off of that video and sent that. He refunded immediately and apologised and everything, and asked if I'd be kind enough to change my feedback, which, well, you have to go through a process. You have to put in a feedback change request to eBay Direct, and they have to allow it, which they did. So I went in and said, you know, wrong item sent, refund given immediately, happy customer. And he was over the moon that I was willing to do that. So there are some good sellers, you know, some people who are reasonable, not people who just want to rip you off and grab your money. So I was well pleased with that result. You know, I got my full refund, including the postage, and I didn't ask for it. I was just given it. And as a consequence, I was happy to change my feedback, because the guy had dealt with me nicely. You know, let's all be nice out there. It's a much nicer world when it happens like that. Now, where can I find me a hacker to play with?